Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host of the Grilling to Get Away podcast. Welcome back. We're glad you're here. This week, we're kind of recapping a lot of what we saw and talked about at Ribfest in Elkhorn. We had a lot of people come up and talk barbecue with us. So Ben and I just decided, hey, let's talk about what kind of questions we got from people that are coming up to our booth. A lot of first-time barbecuers and grillers, which is awesome. We got to talk to them about how they do it and what they're looking forward to doing next. So we just kind of go through some of those questions that we got. And also talk about a little bit some of our products and what we got going on in the business. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this one. Just another reminder that we do have our backyard barbecue cook-off coming up September 4th. We're looking for some more teams. This is primarily a fundraiser for a veteran organization here in Wisconsin, and they're nationwide, but they're based here in Wisconsin. Lift for the 22, so we're looking to raise money for them. So it's going to be a kind of a lighthearted competition where we get together. There's some cash prizes, there's championship belts, there's trophies, and then community tasting. So again, it's a fundraiser, but that's September 4th at Explorer Brew Pub in Greendale, Wisconsin. So I'll put the link down in the show notes so you can go check that out if you're interested, but we'd love to see you out there. But yeah, we're excited about this one. We talk a lot about the questions that we got from people that came out to visit us at Ribfest in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. So we hope you enjoy it. Oftentimes, life is demanding, stressful, and just won't stop. When needing to take a break, we like to light up the charcoal and crack open a cold one. The Grilling to Get Away podcast is an ongoing conversation about all things barbecue and grilling, from our backyard to yours. So if you sometimes don't know what the heck you're doing, if you like to learn, and if you don't take yourself too seriously, you're in the right spot. Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Greg, your co-host to the Grilling to Get Away podcast, and I'm here with my buddy.
Good morning, Greg. This is Ben.
Ben, you're back again.
Back again,
It's been so long.
Oh, man.
Been so long since I've seen you last.
God, it's been less than, 12 hours?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
We spent a lot of time together over the past 5 days.
Sure did. And what was the first thing I told you this morning, Greg? I missed you.
Oh, you missed me. Yeah, of course.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking Ribfest.
Ribfest, man.
Yeah,
it
man.
Was, honestly, it was a hell of an event.
Yeah,
it really was. It was a solid 5 days. We were out there Wednesday through Sunday. Got to talk to a ton of people.
Yeah.
So if you came out, you stopped by. Thank you so much.
We had quite a few people stop by.
Absolutely,
that follow us on our socials, and then also kind of were there last year and came by. But
repeat customers.
Friends coming up.
Yeah,
so it was good.
Talked a lot of barbecue, Greg.
We did. Man, it was
a lot of barbecue. A lot of great suggestions, recipes,
tips.
Yeah.
Questions that came up. So. Yeah, Ribfest is held here, at least locally in Wisconsin, at Walworth County Fairgrounds, so Elkhorn. It's a 5-day event, so I think the main goal of Ribfest is they got competition teams. There's a lot of competition going on those 5 days. Like you have the backyard cooks, doing judging and things like that. Then they have like a sauce competition where they judge sauces. But then you have like a whole row of traveling barbecue companies, teams, and you get to go and you try them, and then you get to vote which you thought was the best one, and the one that had the most votes will get like this. I guess it's a nice trophy, and maybe some cash. I'm not sure if there was a cash prize to that too, but.
I didn't see too much about it, but yeah, I mean these guys have huge outfits. I mean big. They're cooking for thousands of people, man. Right? So.
Yeah, and they got huge teams. At least a dozen. I saw a lot of places that like a dozen people
at
working.
Least,
yeah,
if not more. And
it's like
people out working the crowds too.
Yeah, it's like a traveling restaurant.
Absolutely,
They got their trailers and their smokers and all that kind of stuff. So it was a good time. I mean, it really turns into a big party because they got bands going. They got vendors there, like we were there. So no, it was our second year out there, and it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah. So kind of what we wanted to talk about today was we got a lot of questions from people, and like you said, we talked a lot of barbecue, but yeah, I mean, people had a lot of questions. So
a lot of new grillers and smokers out there that stopped by that had some great questions, not only about our products, but kind of methods and different cuts of meat, how to do it. So
right.
We were talking yesterday on the way back. What do we want to talk about today? And we're like, hey, why don't we just go through maybe some of the questions that we got? Because we got a few over and over again, right? So
yeah. Yep.
What? Before we jump into that, I know we were pretty busy and we didn't get a chance to really cook. But did you cook anything since the last time we talked?
No, honestly, no. I think it was I haven't cooked anything since we did the pig.
Oh man, yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's we jumped right in from the pig into get prepped for Ribfest and everything, and so no, I haven't. Okay. I do have some stuff on my mind, especially after talking to a lot of people this weekend. That man, it's like, well, that sounds awesome. Like, we'll have to give that a try. Like, just kind of nothing. I mean, nothing too crazy, but just like just some great suggestions, Greg.
Yeah,
and, I love hearing from people and like kind of how they choose to do things. Because everyone's a little bit different, right? Everyone has a bit of a different style, and talk to a lot of people too that do their own rubs and sauces, and we're willing, graciously enough to try ours too. But yeah, I mean, everyone kind of has their own like method and stuff, and their own kind of tips or tricks. So yeah, we had a lot of good conversations.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't had a chance either. And this is another busy week for us. So
sure is.
Baseball. My son's in baseball. It's got playoffs going on right now. So we'll see what happens this week because we got another event coming up this weekend that we're prepping for again. So I'm gonna try and get out there and do a little bit. I've been talking about that, doing a pizza on the oven there or on the on the grill. Yeah. So I know I talked about that last time, but that's still on my mind. And then ribs are on my mind too, man.
God, yeah, especially after this weekend. Yeah. And we did have a lot of people that stopped by the booth and said everyone has their own opinion about the ribs that the comp teams were cooking out there and stuff. And I'll say this, man, like it's probably a world of difference when you're cooking for thousands of people versus doing it in your backyard for friends and family. And I give those guys all the credit in the world. 5 days of cooking like that. I mean, I know yesterday we had some people stopping by and it was about 5-6 o'clock and they're saying, hey, some of these places are out of ribs,
sold out. Yeah,
and I'm sure like they were 5 days straight of just cooking, all day long, and I can only imagine how many thousands of racks of ribs that they all went through, and briskets and all that. So
mac and cheese,
absolute beans, the baked beans,
beans.
Woo, some cornbread,
corn. We saw roasted corn. We
plantains.
We saw some baked potatoes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
the cheese nuggets.
Cheese nuggets that we partaked in a little bit.
We did. So.
All right,
but
man.
Back to those comp teams. I mean, we talk ribs, and when you and I do ribs, I think the most I've ever done is like 3 at a time.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's a challenge, right? Like,
right.
So, good for them. I got nothing bad to say about it.
I hope they did well.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of keep an eye out, see who wins. But
sure.
All right, man. Well, let's jump into it. What off the top of your head, like what was one question that stood out to you that we got over the past few days?
A lot of people kind of came up, and we had some say like, well, I live in an apartment, I don't barbecue, or man, I remember one guy goes, I don't cook. I said, oh no, you have somebody else to do it for you? He's like, yep, I just push the buttons on the microwave.
Oh yeah.
So even a hungry man's dinner could use a little help at times.
A little spice to it.
Yeah. But no, so I think that was we had a lot of good conversation with people. Even we talked to a few people that they asked us questions about doing a brisket in the oven. So you don't have to use necessarily
rubs
and seasonings and stuff just on the grill.
Right.
And I think that was one thing that we kind of surprised people with and stuff. And I'm like I said, one of my favorites is Fire in the Hole, and I put that on my popcorn.
Yeah.
So, and people were surprised by that. Like, oh, you put this on? Yeah, absolutely.
You can put all-purpose seasoning.
Yeah. It doesn't. We do have some that are more particular to the grill, and probably the smoke flavor is better, but no, you don't have to use it just for the grill.
Yeah.
And I think that was, we had a lot of conversations with people about that and everyday cooking. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we use this stuff with.
Yeah. I mean, that was a big takeaway too. I mean, like, aside from that, people hear our name, Burn Pit BBQ, and they think automatically that like everything's spicy.
Everything's spicy, yeah.
So we do a lot of explaining, like, no, Burn Pit is, I don't know if we've actually referenced, because we talk about the business, but we don't talk about
it. Right.
It's not the primary focus of the podcast.
No.
But like Burn Pit BBQ is a reference is a military reference, right? For, burn pits overseas. I served overseas, very familiar with what burn pits are. So it's kind of like a self-deprecating humor, right? So veteran humor, Burn Pit BBQ.
Very dry sense of humor.
Dry sense of humor, yep. But we do a lot of explaining. Like, no, we have stuff that's just about for everybody. We got all-purpose seasonings, garlic. A lot of the stuff that we have is pretty mild when it comes to spice.
Even our spicy stuff is, if you do like that spice, it's probably mild to you.
Yeah.
We like you to enjoy the food, not sit there and sweat it out. We want to add that flavor to the meat, but not overpower it.
Yeah, and I think for the most part, people were pretty pleasantly surprised that the heat was mild and didn't like melt your face off.
Yeah, right.
Except for a few people we had like, oh, it's not hot enough. But
yeah, we did have some of those, and hey, that's awesome. That's
totally fine. Like, and we
understand that
we're not. That's not our kind of forte. We want to make sure you taste the meat and enjoy the meal, and not have to worry about it coming out the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. Not burning out, both in and out. So. No, that's definitely the goal of ours, and we're proud of it.
Yeah,
so we're okay. And what were some other questions, Greg? What did you get a lot of?
So I mean, when it came to the questions that we got, I was kind of like, okay, what would you recommend for this? So the biggest one was ribs, obviously. What would you recommend for ribs? And then
even the cooking methods too, right? I mean, we talked to people that were like, I can't do ribs. I mess them up and.
And we even got some good kind of tips from people that were coming by explaining how they do their ribs.
Oh, absolutely. And what was it?
Apple butter.
Oh man, yeah. The one guy too talked about that was it some barbecue sauce, the apple barbecue sauce. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
Was that the apple butter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, stay with me, Ben.
It was a long weekend.
I know he just got up. But,
yeah.
But yeah, no. So he mentioned he uses like apple butter on his ribs when he wraps them and stuff like that. So that was something new that maybe we hadn't tried before.
No,
it's not something that it's commonly found around here too.
Yeah. What was that one wood too? Someone mentioned not a peach. It was like not cherry. Lemon tree. Yeah, lemon tree. Lemon. Yeah.
He's gonna start experimenting with lemon wood.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, I've never talked to anybody about that before ever in my life. So it was great. It was again a lot of good suggestions.
Yeah, and we kind of went through our process, kind of what we use. Obviously, our sweet heat was a top seller for it.
The pogey bait, sweet honey barbecue sauce.
A lot of people we talked to too were, they preferred just the dry rubs.
They did,
and not necessarily putting sauce on them. So that was surprising to me.
Yeah,
because I felt like last year when we were there's a lot more sauces.
A lot more.
Yeah, this year was kind of more about the dry rub.
Yeah, the rubs and the seasonings and stuff, and kind of that combo too, right? Like, we did have some people that, even used our all-purpose seasoning on, like, what was it, a shoulder
pork
that he
shoulder,
did.
yeah.
And Greg, I haven't tried that before.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of our go-to for beef and maybe some chicken and stuff.
Yeah,
but he said it turned out fantastic, so we learn stuff all the time.
Right, something to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Other questions that I remember were brisket. A lot of people came up talking about briskets. Yeah, what would you recommend?
Complaining about the price.
Complaining about the price.
Still buying it.
Yep. And so you had a long conversation with a couple that accidentally bought a brisket, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that, but they did it. And they're now trying to learn how to do it without a grill or a smoker.
Yeah, they're doing it.
Talking to them about it.
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. Yeah, they were talking about doing it in the oven and asking me, if you can cook a brisket in the oven. Yeah, hell yeah. I'd say go for it. they were kind of asking about like seasonings and cooking in the oven versus the grill. It's I mean, it's a similar process, right? But like it's also very different at the same time. And with the heat, like convection oven versus kind of your Weber kettle or whatever your offset smoker and stuff is. Those are two very different things. So
maybe a little bit easier.
Maybe
because you don't have
faster too.
Yeah, you don't have to manage the temp. You can just set it and go.
Yeah, she asked me if it was gonna be like if they'd have to cook it for like 10, 12 hours. I was like, wow.
Well, it depends. Yeah,
I mean, if you have it like maybe set to like 100 degrees, sure. But
I don't know what I don't remember what the size it was. I think she said she bought a big one.
I think it was sizable. About like 10 pounds, 10 to 12, I think.
So, I mean, and I guess I haven't done a brisket in the oven yet. I don't plan on it, but I'd imagine, like you said, it's probably a similar process.
Yeah.
Still looking for those same temps.
Probably won't get that smoke ring.
Yeah, you're not going to get the smoke ring, obviously.
You're gonna. I said go for it.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Right.
We talked about kind of break down the brisket, Greg. So kind of your cuts of meat.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that. You have your flat, and then the other end,
the point, the tip,
which is the shorter end.
Mm-hmm.
They're thinner, right? So we did have somebody too tell us, and he said he does briskets all the time. He said he cuts the point off, and then he cuts the flat in half.
Okay.
And I mean, again, something I've never done before. I'm not sure about you, but I've never done that. But he said he gets, essentially 3 briskets out of it, and then they're kind of all that same thickness.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, because he said he ran an issue of, his point was drying out a lot, and the flat wasn't done yet. So he's like, I just cut it.
Yeah.
I cut it, and I told that to the couple who had the brisket. I was like, hey, we just talked to this guy. I was like, I've never done this before, so I can't. But like, this is what he did. Maybe for a more even cooking, if you've never done a brisket before, that's probably not a bad way to start. And then too, you can always, even if you don't cut the flat in half, you could always kind of start at that point and just kind of get a feel for it a little bit and kind of see how it goes, and then go with the flat afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I had never heard of that either, but I guess it makes sense. You can cut it in half. Like you do anything, I guess you want with it, but
teach your own.
It might take a little bit quicker to cook too if you're cutting it in half there.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose kind of that fat cap, I would say, right? Like
one's gonna have it, one's not.
Right.
If you do it that way.
Just again, all these kind of. A lot of people asked about briskets, though.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah, and I mean, we pretty much told them, we do have a seasoning that we use for brisket, but if you don't want to use that, you can always just use coarse black pepper and salt, and that's kind of the basics. That all you need is to cook it and then smoke, right? Smoke it, and you should have a good brisket.
You should. Yeah. Let's see, Greg. What else? We talked some fish, a little bit of fish. The first strike sold well out there, but we talked some fish with some people. A lot of salmon cookers out there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Some tilapia,
some cod, some walleye.
Cod. Yeah, those are kind of the main ones I'd say. That I don't really remember hearing anything else.
No, those kind of. We had some interesting people coming up talking about kind of what exotic meats they wanted to do next.
That's right. Yeah,
like wild boar.
Yeah, and
what else?
What did he say? Not the buffalo, like a wildebeest or something.
Yeah,
like
a wild boar.
Wild boar, and then it was something.
Bison or no? Buffalo? Was it buffalo? Water buffalo?
What? Maybe water buffalo. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And hey, I mean, and they were asking. I think he asked us like, what do you recommend for like a wild boar? Like,
well, there you go.
I've never cooked one. But if I was gonna go for it, I guess I would recommend this. And so we let him kind of smell things out, and seems like he knew his way around the grill. He sounds like he cooked quite a bit. I think he was the one with the apple butter, right?
Yeah, right. Yep.
Mentioned that. So, a lot of great suggestions there, Greg. Something to put on the list, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Now we heard also putting mayo on the brisket.
We did hear that.
I haven't tried it. I've been seeing it going around. People putting mayo on like ribs and like brisket or pork shoulder, Haven't tried it yet, but they asked about it. I mean, I think I would recommend just keeping it simple, yellow mustard, like I've been doing hot sauce.
The hot honey.
Hot honey.
Even just normal honey if you don't want. Yeah. Again, another one too, that's syrup. Like that maple syrup. Mm-hmm. Like we talked to a few people who do that.
Yeah.
I'll use that as a binder from time to time too. Get that sweetness in there.
Now, are you worried about it burning because of the... I guess it's natural sugar if it's
the maple syrup.
Maple, yeah. But are you worried about kind of burning if you got that much in there?
No, not really. Okay. Especially because I spritz it throughout.
Yeah.
So, or two, like typically that's if I'm well prepared, Greg, which is few and far between, I guess. But when it does work out in a perfect world, I will do that the night before, like we've talked about, and so that it kind of settles into the meat a bit. Mm-hmm. Doesn't. To where I could see it burning if I put it on, like, right before I'm going to throw it on. Yeah. But doing it the night before, wrapping it up, put it in the fridge, letting it kind of get to know each other. No, I haven't run into that issue.
Okay. And then, like, a lot of people want to know where we were from, where we're out of.
A lot of people ask, like, oh, are you guys local? Are you local? And yes, we are. We're local to Wisconsin.
Yeah, a lot of people from Illinois came up because Elkhorn, if you're not familiar, is close to the border with Wisconsin and Illinois.
Just north of Lake Geneva.
Yep. So a lot of people were coming up from Illinois asking where we were from. And then also, locally, still getting the word out about who we are and what we do. So got to explain where we're located, which is southeastern Wisconsin. And, everything is bottled here in the state of Wisconsin. We're proud of that. So
tell them our story, too.
Just tell them our story. And then, we ship across the U.S. A few people came up and were asking kind of how we do it. And we're looking to start their own kind of stuff. A couple people...
A lot of new people, too, doing catering and stuff.
Catering, getting their own stuff.
Food trucks.
People
we talked to starting a food truck.
Yeah, starting food trucks, or they do their own pop-up events. Yeah. So a lot of people getting out there and barbecuing. Yeah. And kind of similar stories to us. I mean, they started during COVID. Like, they started their businesses during COVID because a lot of people were at a home and, couldn't go out to restaurants and stuff. So they were, looking for ways to cook at home, and they started, doing.
Just fell in love.
Yeah.
Fell in love with the process.
Yeah. And we obviously have been doing it a long time before that, but we started the business during COVID.
Right.
So a lot of people doing their own stuff. It's awesome that we got a chance to talk with a lot of people. And then a lot of people that follow us on like TikTok and Instagram came out. And introduced themselves for the first time. So they've been following us for a while, but, they said it was nice to put a face with the brand,
Yeah, absolutely. Had a lot of good conversations too. Our goal is to continue to expand, to get into, into your local communities, into the stores. So if you've tried our stuff, if you like our stuff, and you know somebody or know a store that you'd highly recommend, please send it our way. Put in a good word for us. We would appreciate it. But send it to us, and we'd love to reach out and try and get closer to your neighborhood if you're not in our backyard right now.
Yeah, and we also learned about Fair Friends.
Fair Friends, and we made a few of them.
We made a few Fair Friends.
We had never heard of it or had any.
I barely have any real friends.
Got a handful.
No, so we obviously had a booth at this event, and we got to spend 5 days next to the people around us. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that go around to these events during the summer, just to sell their products and provide value, like the photographers across from us, trying to build up their book of business and stuff like that. So we learned that if you know people and you continue to go to these types of events, they become kind of your fair friends, where you see
fair
them,
friends,
a few times a year, but then,
it's like you pick up right where you left off, apparently.
Apparently.
That was, that's what we were told. We got asked that if, if we did have any fair friends, or if it was like, when you come to something like this and then you see somebody, it's just like, it was, even though it's been 2 years, maybe it was just like, you just pick up like it was nothing. I was like, I kind of looked at Greg, and I maybe had a confused look on my face, so the nice lady had to explain it a little bit further, like, oh, maybe you guys don't do that. And no, we generally don't do that. So it's a new concept to us, but we're happy to have some new fair friends.
New fair friends, yeah. But yeah, man, anything else that, comes off the top of your head that stood out to you? Any questions or any other tips that we got from people that came up to our booth and talked to us for a little bit?
I mean, I'm trying to think. We had a lot of people talking to us about what kind of grills we use, and kind of the quality of them. Even some people that talked to a guy who had just bought a green egg like 2 months ago, and he said, like, I think a brisket was next on his list. He'd done some ribs and they were okay. He did a pork shoulder and he said that turned out pretty well. And again, I think next on his list he said it was like doing a brisket. So more power to him. Go for it. Gave him some recommendations. Told him to go to our website. We do have some tips, tricks, recipes, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the amount of different kind of grills and smokers people have is awesome. And we talked to the one guy who was making his own out of the scrap metal. Yeah, just building his own.
He owns like a scrap metal business, and he's just making his own.
Him and a buddy. Yeah, and the thing was huge.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just the creativity and stuff that people have is awesome. Talked to a lot of pellet grill owners. Talked to
pellet grill owners.
Sorry, did I not enunciate that?
No,
one?
Man, you.
Did I trail off?
You trailed
pellet grill owners.
Yeah, a lot of Traeger, first time Traeger buyers. We saw Pit Boss, quite a few Pit Boss people, Rec Tech. So a lot of pellet grills going out there right now. It's pretty popular. Some
electric smokers too. Talked to a lot of people about that. Talked to some people too who I don't feel like we had as many conversations. People had gas grills.
No.
Or they didn't mention it.
Right.
But there were a couple, and I remember, like talking kind of indirect grilling with them and asking like, well, we'll have a gas grill. Oh, yeah, just light the one burner, put it on this side. You can get creative with it and stuff, and like which was cool, because like you could just tell, like, I never really thought of that.
Yep.
So hey, that's awesome. Like if we can have those conversations with people, we're happy to do it. But yeah, the number of different grills that people had or talked to us about and told us how they did stuff was awesome. That was one thing that I guess surprised me. Like not that I'd say we're not, closed-minded to it and stuff, but like, we stick to our Webers, like the kettles quite a bit, do a lot of the drum smokes, but
a lot of people that started off like that, but then they said like they just don't want to,
Sure.
They don't want to get the mess, and they don't want to, spend that much time anymore. So they've kind of upgraded, so to speak, to a pellet grill.
Yeah, and that way he's like, it's crazy. I can, I don't have to just sit there and babysit it. I can go to the grocery store if I need to go get something, I can. Yeah, we talked to a lot of people about that. So it seems to be kind of obviously the trend is
right
going
now.
That way. Yeah. What about you? What was another kind of takeaway or tip or trick or anything that you felt like we talked or kind of heard of that was a little bit different?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about it already. I'd say, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, a lot of conversations.
Yeah,
man.
I think those were the big ones that we talked about. Yeah, I don't have anything else that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Sampling some of the food, like we were so busy throughout the time, like we didn't necessarily go out and try every single one. We heard from the people, we'd ask them when they came up to the booth, whose ribs do you think were the best? And more often than not, at least the ones that I talked to, said just north of Memphis, that barbecue team had some pretty good ribs. Did you hear anything else?
That was kind of the one that I heard the most. They said the ribs were pretty tender.
And they just used a dry rub.
Yeah,
we saw some of
those sauce on the side, I think.
Yeah, some of those people walking by, like, we saw like just heavy sauce,
real thick.
Didn't look appealing to me, but
well, you're not a sauce guy either.
I'm not a sauce guy, but it just like sat on the top of his ribs.
Yeah, it did. It looked like it didn't look like it was moving at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like you could even see the ribs through the sauce.
Yeah, it was just a heavy pool,
thick, and thick, like just thick sauce. So,
but that north of Memphis was just doing the dry rubs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was the I think the takeaway that I got from most of the people I tried. didn't really ask too many people. I just said, how are the ribs? Didn't ask like what one their favorite was necessarily. But you got answers from all different answers, man. Yeah. All different answers. Yeah. A lot of other vendors out there. It was cool. I heard the pizzas were good. Someone was told the tacos were good. So
shout out to Heaven from Butcher Block.
Yeah. She was out there every day, so that was awesome. It was good to talk to her quite a bit.
And our buddy from TikTok came out. Java Twist.
So, yeah.
If you don't know what Java Twist is, it's a Wisconsin-based business where they pair fruit and coffee together. So it's like a cold beverage drink. So go check them out if you don't know who they are. Java Twist, it's a business here, and I know they're expanding too. So that was awesome. You came out to say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna try and eventually, maybe once we get out of this a little bit of the craziness right now, but we would like to try maybe order something from him and we'll do a cook with it or something.
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
It'd be a good time. We'll, go against each other and you try one, I'll try one. We'll
see what works out better.
Yeah, we'll pair them up and we'll get together. Maybe have a cook one day, Greg.
Yeah, maybe when we get a little free time.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you got any cooks coming up?
Yeah, man. So we're again talking to people. I think it was Wednesday. Like the first day we were out there, we talked to a guy about he did like kind of like a chuck roast or something, and man, it just stuck. It stuck with me all through the whole week. Yeah. And so we got the blade roast from the cow. So I know we talked about it quite a bit on the drive home last night. And so I got to do a little bit more research, Greg.
Yeah, how I'm
gonna cook it. Yeah, I kind of know what I want to do as far as kind of prepping it and stuff. I'm gonna do either point blank or jalapeno, or I might go hot. I think I'm gonna do hot brass as like a binder, and then just do some garlic or all-purpose garlic seasoning, ground pounder, and then some pepper on there.
Okay.
Rub it down, but I'm gonna prepare. Prep it ahead of time, Greg.
Yeah.
So do that the night before. Wrap it up with some saran wrap and let it just enjoy itself in the fridge.
Meld together.
Yeah, overnight. So, but then the question is, and then how am I gonna cook it?
How you gonna smoke it? Yeah.
Yeah. So what? I've got the idea in my head on prepping it. It's the cook that I haven't really made up my mind on yet. So,
all right. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing what you do.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to give it a go, man. Like I said, that guy talked about it. Do you remember him? Like, the first day, and he was one of the first ones we talked to. I was like, oh man,
yeah,
because he had just done. He's like, oh, I did this, and this. And he's like, oh, it was awesome and juicy and tender. I was like, God, man, that does sound good.
That does sound good. Yeah.
So. Yeah, it stuck with me the whole weekend. Even we were at Ribfest, and all I could think about was doing
the beef blade.
Yeah, the blade roast. So
yeah.
What about you? What's pizza?
The pizza, I got to get out there and do that. And then ribs are on my mind.
Sure.
Smash burgers are on my mind.
Oh man, we talked to a lot of people doing smash burgers, which was cool. Everyone kind of has their own version of that too, Greg. Yep. I talked to a guy, Greg, about doing whiskey burgers, and I told him my story.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, man, yeah, I bet that was fierce. And he told me what he does is, he makes the patties out. And then he takes like a little toothpick and kind of pokes holes down, like just about halfway down in.
Okay.
And then he'll pour a little whiskey on top and then let it sit for like an hour to kind of get down in there.
Yeah.
And then he'll cook it.
Okay. All right. So that's one way to do it?
One way, yeah. Maybe I'll give that a shot. Round two at the Drunk Whiskey Burgers.
Yeah. That's what I got going on. But otherwise, this weekend we're going to be out at Milwaukee Air and Water Show. So
I'm pumped for that, Greg.
Or July, what is that, 23rd and 24th? Or 24th and 25th?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday
coming up here. So, we're pumped for that. Going to be out there all day, both days. Saturday, Sunday.
Having the Blue Angels, the F-22s. Are going to be out there.
Yeah,
it should be a great show. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it was shut down the past 2 years. So this is his first year back since COVID. So we're excited to be out there for that. If you're going to be in the area, if you listen to the podcast, stop by the booth.
Yeah, please. We'd love to talk barbecue with you as long as we can hear you while the planes are flying around. We'll be out there. Stop by. Please stop by. Talk to us. Again, we love having these conversations. Love hearing these different tips and tricks and methods. We don't pretend to know everything, and kind of learning from other people is we enjoy it, and we're always willing to try new things. So stop by and let us know what you're doing, and we'd be more than happy to try some new things. So
awesome. Well, all right, Ben. Any last words before we sign off here?
Yeah, just want to thank everybody again. Any recommendations for new store locations or, making introductions and stuff is greatly appreciated. We appreciate everyone kind of sharing where they like to get their meats from this weekend. Appreciate everyone stopping by, having conversation with us, buying stuff. It was a great week. All the vendors that, again, were around us, our new fair friends, thanks to them. We had a good time. It was, I feel like it was a lot smoother for us this year out at Ribfest, and I think that's a big testament to, primarily you and keeping us well put together, well-oiled machine now, Greg, and we're continuing to get better. So appreciate all your help, man. And honestly, I felt it was a lot smoother this year than last year, and it's a testament to the business and constantly growing and moving forward and setting goals for ourselves. So thanks, man. It was a good time. I love spending time with you.
I know
it was a good 5 days, man.
I know you do.
Well, you're welcome. Had some great conversations, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. And then, well, you're welcome for everything I do for you.
I know.
So
you just carry me, don't you?
Yeah, I do. But no, that's good. Yeah, of course, we want to thank everybody that came out to support us and see us and just introduce themselves. A lot of people that listen that kind of follow us on our socials that came out. So that was awesome. So we appreciate you all, and we hope that you all are getting out and doing some barbecuing and grilling wherever you're at. And, we love to see it. So send that stuff our way. But other than that, we'll talk to you all next week. And, get out and grill.
Get out and grill. Take it easy.
All right. Cheers.